Hi, thanks for joining us today on Shining Stars in South Florida Business. We've got a really special guest. We've got Michael Feiger. He's from GPS Public Relations. And if you've lived around here for any period of time, you've probably already heard of him or seen his work. He's won every award out there in West Palm Beach for internet marketing. So let's get right to it. Michael, thanks for coming in. And just tell people how you got started in this, and then we'll get right into some of your expertise.
Yeah, I'm originally from New York City, and I've always been in the PR world, and I worked for Hispanic World. I worked for different magazines, and so I did the traditional PR. And about 10 years ago, I saw the PR business changing,
right,
and I decided that digital PR would be a great way to go. So I just learned from all the gurus that were out there, and I attended many seminars and classes and made myself an authority on the digital world. And because it's evolving and changing, I just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
And now you're the authority.
Yes, and I try to
now people listen to what you say to do.
Yeah, and I try to help, educate, and help people understand this whole this changing world of digital marketing.
Right, and we've spoken about this a lot before. I mean, it doesn't really matter what business you're in. Everybody knows what they need to do. They know that they need an internet presence. They know they need to be easily found, and using your line, found, seen, and noticed.
Exactly.
Everybody knows they have to do that. But if you had to hire somebody internally to be on top of it every minute, because that's how fast it changes, it would cost you a fortune. Fine, if you're a Fortune 500 company, you can afford that. What you do, and you're going to explain, is that you bring that value to a small business to where it's like having their own internet marketing right in-house, right?
Exactly. I mean, to do what I do, it could take 60 to 80 hours a month.
Right.
That's a big waste of time for a professional. So instead of hiring somebody in-house, you can, I call it insourcing. And so I'll help a company, an individual, do what I do, and they can focus on what they do.
Right, and that's a big distinction. I like the way you put that, insourcing instead of outsourcing.
Exactly.
Because you've all heard of the virtual assistants that you can get, in the Philippines that will post for you and type. Hey, listen, you can see when the grammar's wrong and the spelling's wrong that it's not the person in charge of the business doing it. And that's your image, and that's how you're coming across. So let's run down a couple of the different things that you do for businesses. Number one, websites.
Yes. The website really is your foundation. That's the structure of your home. I mean, you're a realtor,
right,
and a mortgage broker, and you work with realtors. When you buy a home, you bring in someone to analyze the structure. That's what I do. Okay, of the website. I look at the structure of the website. A pretty picture is great, because it really builds trust. But it's really about the search engines. So if the search engines don't see your website as having good structure, that's like, it's like your home being blacklisted,
right,
or, no one's going to buy your home because there's a foundational issue.
And because you got the refrigerator in the living room.
That's correct. Or let's say you have termites.
Right.
Some websites, some companies have termites, and I come in as their inspector and I analyze it, I fix it, and then we have a great foundation to begin building your authority.
So if somebody has had a website for a long time and maybe has not been on, we all know there's been gigantic changes in the Google algorithm. So if they're not on top of it, they may have that website and they're wondering why it's not performing anymore, why they can't be found. Can you come in and work with what they have in place already?
Yeah, what I'll do is I try to work with the websites they already have. What I do is I analyze it, and if I see that the technology is old, it's not mobile ready, which is a big factor today. 65% of people are using mobile phones and tablets and things like that. If I see that, to fix it would take more funds than to create a new one,
right,
I would make the recommendation to make a new one. But I would prefer you to spend most of your money on marketing and keeping what you have.
Right, I mean, that's one of the big changes. If you've got a website right now and it is not mobile ready, you're going to be devastated by how it's going to affect the Google search results on your website. So don't wait till the last minute, because you'll wake up one morning and all of a sudden you won't be able to find your website. And social networking, can you handle that aspect of someone's business too?
Yes. The plan that I have for most businesses, again, are foundational. It's on-page optimization. So I go through their website and I go A to Z, make sure that the search engines can find them. Then I do off-page optimization, where I'm submitting that website to all the high-ranking sites to get you the authority you need. And that's a large
Key
process.
word right there, the authority.
The authority.
That's what it's about now with
Right.
Google.
And trust. People have to like and share and trust